For the next topic, we'll discuss parathyroid disorders. In normal calcium, phosphorus, and vitamin D physiology, calcium is absorbed from the gut, stored in the bone, and excreted by the kidneys. There are two endogenous chemicals that increase serum calcium level: parathyroid hormone and 1,25-OH2D, which is active vitamin D, and this is different from vitamin D3, which is what we typically give patients when we're supplementing. Free calcium affects regulation by negative feedback, so a decreased calcium level will result in increased parathyroid hormone, and in turn, parathyroid hormone causes a release of bone calcium stores and decreases in renal excretion of calcium. Vitamin D is made in the skin after a reaction with sunlight, but it's inert until it is subsequently hydroxylated, first by the liver, which forms 25-OHD, and then in the kidney, which forms 1,25-OH2D. That's the active vitamin D. Parathyroid hormone, or PTH, increases activity of renal hydroxylase, which increases active vitamin D production. 1,25-OH2D increases calcium and phosphate absorption from the gut, increases calcium resorption from bone, and increases renal tubular calcium and phosphorus resorption. Like active vitamin D, parathyroid hormone increases the kidney's calcium resorption, but unlike active vitamin D, it decreases phosphate resorption. So in summary, calcium levels are increased in the bone, gut, and kidney by parathyroid hormone and active vitamin D. Phosphorus metabolism also occurs in the bone, gut, and kidney and is increased by active vitamin D, but decreased in PTH excretion because PTH increases calcium resorption at the expense of phosphorus. So one way to think of this is high calcium and high phosphorus are due to high levels of vitamin D. Low calcium and low phosphorus are due to low levels of vitamin D. High calcium and low phosphorus are due to hyperparathyroidism. And low calcium and high phosphorus are due to hypoparathyroidism. Calcitonin, which comes from thyroid C cells, can be considered a PTH antagonist. It slows down the osteoclasts, which causes a decrease in bone resorption. And you can remember that osteoclasts have a C, so clasts are for chewing bone. They resorb bone. And it increases renal calcium clearance. Glucocorticoids help maintain osteoblast function, so you can remember that B is for osteoblast, which builds the bone. But large amounts of glucocorticoids will decrease bone protein matrix and actually cause calciuria. Estrogen, like calcitonin, decreases bone resorption, and like glucocorticoids, increases osteoblastic activity. So it actually has a double bone building function, which makes a lot of sense, right? Because estrogen during puberty is what causes growth of the long bones and then eventually causes epiphyseal fusion.